Hey guys, so this is part 2 of my paranormal activity experience. If you did not see part 1, I will have the little link right here or right here. Wherever it's going to show up at, just click on it and you can see part 1 if you did not see that. But let's get straight into it. Into this apartment. Me and my mom, we moved into this 1-bedroom apartment. I slept in the living room, she slept in the bedroom. Really didn't have that much stuff happen there. It was just little things like sometimes I would feel stuff in the kitchen, like in the darkness. I would just feel something there. There was times like I would get out the shower and get done washing my hair and I could be blow drying my hair or something and the bathroom door is just randomly open. And I'm that kind of person, like if my door is going to be closed, it's going to be closed all the way. It's no creak. It's not going to be half closed or nothing. It's going to be closed until you hear that click. I'm blow drying my hair and I happen to look and the door's creaked open. And I'm like, okay, maybe my blow dryer and the air bouncing off the wall or something. Maybe it pushed it or what? No, because it wouldn't make sense to push it open. I don't know. I was trying to make every excuse or something to explain how this door kept opening. I closed it and I get back to doing my hair and then I happen to look again and it's open again. And I'm like, okay, mom, are you here, mom? Because she'll be at work. Nobody's there. And I'll go do like a full investigation. No one's there. And then I go into her room because her room is right across from the bathroom. And she had her window open. But her window was like across from like her closet, and she didn't have her window open all the way. She only had it open like this much. The wind blew and it bounced onto the wall and bounced back, and then maybe it could have went to the hallway and pushed the door open. Like I was trying to find every excuse every time, and this happened like almost every time I had washed my hair. Time it did that was I was in the bathroom and I got out the shower and I was putting my laundry into the washing machine, and I was listening during that time, like I was listening to music on YouTube and stuff, and it was around the Grammys time, and so I was listening to Beyonce's performance from the Grammys that year. I was listening to Beyonce, her performance at the Grammy when she sung that church song. I forgot what song it was. Was it? People were saying it's called Glory. I don't know. I forgot. I had my back facing the bathroom door and I'm facing the washing machine and stuff. So I'm putting my laundry in there, and that's when I had heard the door. I heard it when it opened and then I heard it when it slammed shut. And I turned around and I was just like, a long time until I actually opened the door. She's there by herself and she would experience things like I know she would, like one night I went to the movies and she was in the bathroom taking a bath and she was hearing noises in the kitchen and she thought I was home early or something from the movie, and she's calling my name and no one's answering. So, and she left the bathroom door open too when she took a bath. Mom's nasty. Like, Rayven. And I didn't say nothing, so it kind of freaked her out. So she got out of the bathtub and ran in her room, and she was scared to go out of her room. Pretty much that happened at that apartment. So the next apartment we went to, we was only there for a couple months because the apartment was disgusting. It was disgusting. I didn't experience anything. I didn't, like, it was like the energy or whatever it was had stopped following me, like it left me alone, and I wasn't like scared anymore. Like I was all good. But we did live like right next door to a freaking funeral home. So my mom was the one that was experiencing stuff, and her room was close to the funeral home. So she would see stuff like, or she would hear noises in her room. She would have, you know how I was telling you guys in my haunted apartment thing, how she has that light where all you have, in order to cut it on, you have to push pressure on it. That would light up at night sometimes. She was always just hearing noises in her room. That was like the main thing she was hearing. And then if you got to this apartment, And I told you guys the story. If you want to watch my haunted apartment, I tell you exactly what's been going on from start to finish in this place. But some things have happened since that video. Okay, let me tell you guys. The night that I was editing that video, I kept hearing noises. I kept hearing noises in my room, and the noises was coming from like my computer area, and then like on my floor I had what is those called? My desktop box on the floor, and I had my keyboard from my previous job that I had. So all that stuff was just sitting on the floor, and I kept hearing noises coming from that. And then the keyboard thing fell by itself out of nowhere, and I'm like, I don't know. And then every time I was pushing play and trying to edit it, that's when I kept hearing weird noises. And then I had this box in my room, and the box was like open, and so the top part kept just like moving back and forth. So I'm trying to say that it's the wind, but it couldn't have been the wind because I always have my window closed, and there was no reason for the wind to be going, and the air wasn't on, so I didn't understand how it was moving like back and forth. There was another incident with the food just randomly disappearing. So my mom, she would go to the store and buy us some snacks, and she would buy like big bags of candy to last us like a few days or something like that. So my mom, she takes forever to eat candy. Like it would take her a whole entire month to eat like a bag of M&Ms. So she ate some of her M&Ms, and then she brought it in here for some reason. I don't know why she brought it in here, but it was in the kitchen, and she had it closed up. And so a couple days go by, and she left it there. She hadn't touched it or anything. And so when she was ready to go get some, she noticed that it was almost gone. It was like a corner in there, like somebody just ate like all her candy. It's like, okay, Mom, like, did you eat that? Because she asked me if I did. I was like, I got my own candy. I still got all this in mine. Like, it wasn't me. And she was like, I was like, are you sure you didn't eat it? She's like, no, I haven't even touched it. And I'm like, well, then it's the ghost, Mom. It's the ghost. The next experience was, I had got out the bathtub, and I usually don't take baths. I like to take showers, but I took a bath because I was like shaving my legs or something like that. And then I got out, and I was sitting on the edge of my bathtub, and I was putting on lotion. And earlier that day, I had filmed a video. Oh, what video was it that it was? I don't know. I don't remember which video it was, but I had filmed a video, and it was like a Thursday, because I remember, because I didn't upload on Wednesday, and I was like, okay, I need to get a video up for you guys. So I filmed a video real quick earlier that day, and I put on my makeup and stuff. And so like after I put on my makeup, I had used this cup that I had, which was my toothbrush holder cup, and I put my brushes inside the cup. And then I had, oh my gosh, I gotta sneeze. And I put the top part of my toothbrush holder, and my toothbrush was still in the top part, so I just left it on the counter the whole day. So it's been like that the whole day. My brushes were soaking, and I left it like that the whole entire day. Didn't touch it, nothing. Didn't go near it. So when I was putting on the lotion and everything, I happened to look at the counter, and I saw my toothbrush in the toothbrush holder. It rolled over like this, it rolled over like and went back. So it rolled over, and it hit my cleansing brush, and then rolled back to how it was before. And I was like, forget it, I'm out of here. So I went and finished getting ready and dressed and stuff in my bedroom until I was ready to go back into my bathroom. Yeah, so my mom started to really feel someone watching her in her room. She would feel like someone's in her room. She would hear noises outside her bedroom door. She had an experience where she was in her room. And okay, so like in our apartment, I don't know if I mentioned this to you before, but in our apartments we have like ceiling fans, and it has a light there. So in my room, for instance, my light switch doesn't work when I cut on the light. I have to literally stand on my bed and then pull the string in order for the light to come on. In her room, it's kind of the same way, but her switch works. It's like an either or. It's like she has to pull her switch and then hit the light, because it's not going to just cut on if you hit the switch. I don't know what's going on with technical stuff here, but so she had pulled the string to cut the light off, and she was getting ready to go to bed. She had her TV on, of course, and then the light cut right back on. And so she called my name. She was like, Rayven! And I came in, I'm like, what? She was like, my light just cut off by itself. And I'm like, did you cut it off? And she's like, yes, I cut it off. And she said she had pulled the string in order for it to cut off, and it was actually dark. Like her whole room went dark. And she sat in the bed, and then when she sat down, that's when the light cut right back on. The next thing, what else happened? Oh, and so one night, and I really am so annoyed because I wanted to show you guys proof that this stuff was real. So I had recorded, I did recording one night so that way I could prove it so you guys could listen to it, but it doesn't pick up on my phone because when I was hearing noises, I was in bed and I just randomly started hearing this weird noise that was coming from my computer, and it was loud. And so I grabbed my phone real quick so I could record it, and I started talking to whatever it was, telling it to get out and leave me alone, and, you know, whatever. And the noise just continued on, and all this was like in the recording, but the noise did not pick up at all. It was like I was talking to myself. So I don't think I think I deleted the video because I got irritated because it wasn't picking up and in there, because I played it back and I tried listening and it was not there. Like the noise was not even there. You can't even hear it. So I was really irritated. On the 30th of December, I couldn't sleep. I had a hard time going to sleep, and I didn't fall asleep until like almost, I was starting to doze off about like almost 3. Like I'm just like sleep, but I'm not sleep. So this train goes by, and this train was louder than usual. Like it was extremely loud for some freaking reason. So it's going by, and next thing I know, I'm hearing like someone yelling, and I'm thinking like maybe it's the people, maybe it's people outside or something, maybe it's the people upstairs because they're freaking loud as hell. So I'm just thinking it's like them or something, but then out of nowhere I heard nice and clear, and my mom was like, Rayven! And so I was like, yes. And so I got up and I ran to go see what she wanted, and then she's just like, Rayven, this thing gotta go. Like I'm tired. I'm looking like, what? Like this devil has to go, and this devil has attached itself to you, and you need to get that off you. And I'm looking like, girl, what the heck? Like, I don't know. Me and her was watching War Room like a couple days prior. No, me and her watched it on Christmas Day. Me and my mom, yeah, a couple days prior. Yeah, on Christmas Day, my mom and I, we had watched the War Room, and so I was just thinking like, okay, this girl, because in the movie, the lady goes on this warpath and talking to the devil, telling it to get out her house and leave her family and stuff alone. And I was just like, okay, Mom, like, what are you doing? Like, what are you talking about? She said earlier today, that day, she had prayed to God and, you know, asked God to show her like what's going on, and like just pray over everything, like her family, her house, her finances, all that stuff. And so like God, I don't know. Okay, so she had this dream that she was laying in her bed, and it was like that night in particular, she was laying in her bed, and there was this little girl that appeared in her corner of her room, like by her TV. And she was a pretty little girl. She had long hair, and she was black. And she was wearing all white. And the little girl started talking to her. And then it came over and it sat on her bed. And so my mom realized like what it was. She realized like it wasn't like of God or anything. She realized like it was the devil, and this little girl was trying to befriend her and make conversation, and then she realized what it was, and so she started calling my name, and she was screaming my name, like in her dream she was screaming my name, but it was like the devil was trying to block her from having her voice where she couldn't scream my name. And so it was like, I don't know, it was like, it was really weird. So she couldn't scream my name or anything like that. It was no way for her to get my attention at all. So she ended up getting up out of bed, and she opened my bedroom door, and she came in and she stood in my, like by my bedroom door, but like in my room. And at that point she saw the little girl like walking out of my closet, and the little girl looked at her, and then that's like kind of when her dream ended. And that's when she woke up in real life, and she was screaming my name like Rayven, Rayven, but the train was trying to like out noise her. I did have incidents in my closet where like things would randomly fall. I don't know if I mentioned that to you before, but after I had made that video, there was an incident where there was this weird noise that was going on for hours inside my closet, and I don't know what it was. I don't even know how to describe it. It wasn't like a beat. I guess it was more towards like a buzz noise. That night she went on the path, and she's like, we got to get this devil out of this apartment, and we need to bless it. So cut on every light in the house, light every candle, cut on every television, every like iPad, every computer, everything that has light, cut it on. She has this big candle like this big, and inside it has 3 of like those little stick thingies so you could flame them. And so she was doing it. She was like, when she did it, she was doing like the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. But the third one, it wouldn't light up. It was like, no, not working at all. So she was like, that's the devil right there. That's the devil. And I'm like, okay, like this girl is crazy. Like she just lost her mind. Like what? She started telling the devil, whatever, to get out of this apartment and leave her children alone, leave her ex-husband alone, you know, leave everybody alone. She was like, you're not going to mess with my finances, you're not going to mess with my children, you're not going to mess with my ex-husband, leave us alone, get out of this place, leave my apartment alone, leave this girl alone, talk about me, you can't have her, and like all this stuff. And then she was like, we have to go in your room since it's the strongest. And we went into my room, and she was praying in the room and stuff, telling the devil to get out. And then she's like, you gotta do it. And I'm like, girl, like what? I don't know, like it was so weird to me. And so I just read Psalms 23rd. Like I just kept repeating it, and as I was repeating it, something wanted me to stop reading it, and then like my stomach started feeling weird. Like it was like, I don't know, it's just something that you have to feel, like something just wants you to stop reading, and it's trying to mess with you in like everything. And so she's like, okay, say it again, but you need to slow down and say it with like power and aggressive. And I'm like, okay. So I did it. We went out and we went in my bathroom and, you know, everywhere else again. And then I happened to look in my bathroom, and the flame that was in my bathroom, like the candle that was lit, it was jumping. Like when I say it was jumping, it wasn't like how flames normally is, but it was like really, really jumping. And then there was like smoke, black smoke coming up from it. I know it's like sometimes it's black smoke, but like I don't know, it was just like really aggressive in there, and it was stronger, and it was flickering and all that stuff in there. And that's with the candle, not the actual ceiling light. She came in my bathroom and she was talking to it like, you're going to get out of here, leave her alone, blah 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 blah, and this is my place, and you know. And then it stopped doing it in the bathroom, and then it went straight to my room, and it was doing it. And every time, like every flame that we had lit, it was only doing it in my room and in the bathroom, And then like I want to do an apartment tour. I was supposed to do this already, but I've been stalling to do it. But it's like right by my front door, which is, because when you walk into the apartment, it's like a little tiny hallway, and then there's like an opening section, and then like there's a lamp right there, and then there was the big old candle that I was talking about that wouldn't light up. It was like right there next to the candle, and then right across it from that, it leads into the hallway that goes to my bedroom and my bathroom. So that, like, that whole area was like, every candle was like flickering, like, yeah, the whole time. I'm like, oh my goodness. So get in there, Rayven, in your room, and like tell her to get out. Like, tell her and be aggressive, be assertive, and like all that stuff. And I'm like, oh my goodness. And so I did that, and then I had sat down on my futon, and these earrings, it was on my futon, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't like it was at the edge. It was like further like back, like getting ready to go into the cushion. Like, so these earrings flew up in the air and fell on the ground. I'm gonna use this as an example, this cookbook as an example. So like this right here is the cushion part where you sit at, and this right here is like that fold part. So it was like the earrings was right here, and then I sat down, and I sat at the edge. I didn't sit all the way down, and then the earrings went. That's how it was. I jumped up and I was like, oh my God. My mom was like, Rayven, don't be scared, don't be scared. And then she picked up the earrings and she was like, ooh, some earrings, like she's supposed to be scared and stuff like that. And then she just went on like every like wall in this house, we had to get the Bible and like make crosses. And I was just like, what is this girl doing? Like she I think she even lost her mind. That dream just really got to her or something like that. I think that what set it off for me, which made me really believe like maybe it was real or anything, was the simple fact that the candles was flickering in my room and the bathroom, and then and the simple fact the earrings just flew out of nowhere. Now I hear talking, like I hear talking and stuff like that in my room or just in general, and I always try to say it's upstairs. My mom actually just texted me today and told me she couldn't sleep because she heard talking in and out of her room, and I've heard it too a couple times, and I don't even know what to explain. Sometimes like I just try to say that it's upstairs, but it be seeming like it's in my room, like if I hear talking, or it seems like it's in the living room or something. The thing that made me believe that it may be true was just the simple fact that, like, first thing was when she said in her dream that the little girl came out the closet and she was like right next to me, because I was like in bed sleep. So according to her dream, I was like sleeping. It came out and then it was like looking at me and then it looked at her. And so what made me kind of believe it was true was because if you guys watch my video where I was talking about like what I have in my iPhone or whatever, I mentioned that I have an app that says like detects ghosts and stuff. And so I usually just like, oh, this is fake, and you know, this is a game. I don't know if it's real or not, whatever. But I showed you guys the picture. I think it was that picture that I put in that video. But that picture in particular, I think it was, I don't remember if it was that, because I took a bunch of them, of those pictures and screenshot and stuff. But I don't know if it was particularly in that video or what. But I know that I took a picture like where my corner is, like where my closet is, and it's like a little corner that I have right next to the closet, and I took a picture right there, and there was a ghost, like a spirit or something that was detected right there. And my phone on that app, it tells you On the app, it tells you like how old the ghost is, and it was a little girl's age. It says like little girl about like 9 years old. That's what it said in the app. But I don't know in that video if it said it, if that was a particular picture or not. But yeah, so that was one reason that I kind of believed it. The only thing that happened since then, we have heard like voices, like someone's talking, like they're having an actual conversation. But that's all that's happened. We did for the new year, she wanted me to like do this thing, so do the thing over again that we did on the 30th, but it wasn't like a stream where we didn't cut on every light, but she just basically blessed over the apartment again as we enter into the new year to just keep whatever it is that's out. So lately I haven't really been experiencing anything. It's just the hearing the voices. And my room is officially the coldest. I told you guys that before. My room is the coldest one out the whole apartment. Like last week it was 87 degrees in this apartment, and my room felt like it was like I was in the freaking North Pole. That's how cold it was. And it really extremely gets really cold at night. And like if I walk out my room, you could tell the difference from my room to going into like the hallway or other areas. Really cold, and we could have like the heat on or something, and you know, it starts to warm up, but my room is still like cold. And I know yesterday my mom came in my room and she was like, oh my gosh, it's cold in here. And she was like, well, maybe that's because you have your door closed, because I had my door closed at that time. Because when I go to bed, I close my bedroom door. But throughout the whole day, my bedroom door is open unless I'm filming. So I was like, no, Mom, it's not that. I was like, because I just closed my door. And she was like, But my room is the coldest room out of everybody else's. So that is it. That's it. That's been happening so far. If you like this, thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Be sure to send me your videos if you want shout outs. And thank you all for watching.